It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, the early voting continues at the Wayne County Registrar's office all this week. The turnout very good the first 2 days, as on Tuesday, another 459 votes cast. Monday, 411, bringing the two-day total in Wayne County to 870. Again, that's the total heading into today. The office open today from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., open all this week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The schedule for next week, it'll be open Monday and Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then on Wednesday of next week, it'll be open from 8 to 12. Then the office will close Thursday, December 24th, and Friday, December 25th for the Christmas holiday. Office reopens on Monday, December 28th, and will be open up until the 31st of December from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your early voting. Social distancing is being observed all this week, and all poll workers are wearing masks. Voters are encouraged to wear a mask, but they state it's not mandatory. Handicapped voters and those voters 75 years of age and older should enter through the handicap access entrance to the courthouse, which is in the back entrance. They'll be given priority voting according to federal law. Once again, the early voting taking place here in Wayne County and all across the state of Georgia. And so far, a good turnout. And again, all eyes on the state of Georgia. These two runoffs for the U.S. Senate determine the balance of power in Washington, D.C. Two races on the ballot, U.S. Senator David Perdue being opposed by Democratic candidate Jon Ossoff, and U.S. Senator Kelly Loeffler opposed by Democratic candidate Raphael Warnock. On Tuesday, down in Glenn County, Congressman Buddy Carter, who was our special guest on yesterday's Butch and Bob show, was alongside David Perdue, who made a campaign stop in Glenn County. If you had any questions about the early voting process here in Wayne County, simply call the Wayne County Registrar's office. That number is 427-5950. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, newly released body camera video in the Ahmaud Arbery shooting, which occurred back in February from the Glenn County Police, has been released. It shows Travis McMichael splattered with blood and visibly upset, pacing a few feet away from Ahmaud Arbery, who he had just shot moments before. Video shows police officers arriving on the scene, tending to Arbery, drenched in blood without a pulse. One officer is heard saying he's about to be 10-7 man, which means out of service in police code. Travis McMichael tells another officer, the last thing I ever wanted to do in my life. McMichael had chased a 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery in his pickup truck, believing Arbery was responsible for a series of break-ins in their neighborhood. McMichael also tells an officer if he had stopped, this would not have happened. McMichael's father, Greg McMichael, was also in the truck providing armed cover for his son. A neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, helped them trap Arbery, who prosecutors say was merely jogging through Satilla Shores. Another neighbor observing the chase contacted 911 before the shooting. Shots can be heard on the body cam video of a responding officer just 1 block away at the time. The McMichaels and Bryan were charged with murder nearly 3 months after the February shooting took place. GBI took over the investigation after the video of Arbery's final moments alive was captured by Bryan's cell phone, which was released to the public by a local radio station in Glenn County. Greg McMichael, a retired investigator with the district attorney's office, tells police that Travis had no choice. New footage shows the elder McMichael was well known by the police officers. Greg McMichael was heard on the video telling officers at the scene, to be honest with you, if I could have shot the guy, I would have shot him myself. He told officers out on the scene that Arbery had made frequent trips to the neighborhood, breaking into places. But at the recent bond hearing for the McMichaels last month, Judge Timothy Walmsley, who's the judge on the case, said that the McMichaels had no way of knowing if Arbery was responsible for the break-ins. Walmsley denied bond, and all three men involved in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery remain behind bars. Video also shows that soon after the shooting, and when police arrived, Greg McMichael asked the officers if his son had to be handcuffed, which one of the officers responds, "Why would we need handcuffs?" Greg McMichael told officers that Arbery ran and came towards Travis, and he says they started wrestling for the gun, and Travis shoots him in the chest, claiming that Arbery was attempting to take the gun away from McMichael. Keep in mind, at the time of the shooting, the officers who arrived never make an arrest and let the McMichaels and Roddy Bryan go home. This takes 3 months later, after the video is released, that an arrest is made. GBI investigation begins, and the arrests are made within days, and all three are charged with murder. Again, no action's been taken against any of the police officers, no reprimand, no suspension. All remain on the force today. The Attorney General, Chris Card, called for a full investigation into the shooting and the handling of the case by the police and the DA's office. So far, they state that's still an ongoing investigation, and we continue to follow that story and ask what is the result of that investigation. But again, so far, they repeatedly state this is simply an ongoing investigation. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news, need for blood at an all-time high during these holidays, and Wayne County has 2 community blood drives scheduled for the month of December. The first is set for Monday, December 21st at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. Time will be from Monday from 2 to 7 p.m., sponsored by the Red Cross and the Ladies Auxiliary of the Jesup Shrine Club. Donors will receive a long-sleeve Red Cross t-shirt while supplies last. Second blood drive in Wayne County is set for Wednesday, December 30th at the Jesup First United Methodist Church Fellowship Hall. That time will be from 1 to 7. All donors will be tested for COVID-19 antibodies, and results will be available through the Red Cross app and redcrossblood.org in 7 to 10 days. Donors also receive a long-sleeve t-shirt while supplies last. Once again, the Red Cross can't stress enough the need for blood at this time of the year. So if you get the chance to give the gift of life, a pint of blood, again, 2 opportunities during the month of December here in Wayne County. Monday, December 21st at Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium from 2 to 7 p.m., then Wednesday, December 30th from 1 to 7 at the Fellowship Hall of the First United Methodist Church. Finally, news, a special note, tell the kids and everyone that this Friday on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show, our special guest will be Old St. Nick himself. Santa Claus will be in studio for the entire 30 minutes, so listen in. If you have a question, you can text it in that morning. Santa's awfully busy, but a big fan of the World Famous Butch and Bob Show, called and said he wanted to stop by in person. Wish all the Wayne Countyans, all our listeners around the world on the website a very Merry Christmas, and special show Friday morning, the one and only Santa Claus in studio on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.